The Gift, Patti Priestman.
W.C.S. Bell was a dignified man and proud of his perfect family. Mr. Contest Chair, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, join me as we travel back in time to 1935, where this story began with a very special Sweet 16 birthday party. Dignitaries and society's elite were gathered. All eyes were on the birthday girl, Charlotte, as she came floating down the curved staircase in her yellow taffeta gown. As she reached the ballroom floor, her poise faltered. She saw her gift. Her emerald green eyes were the size of saucers. She gently reached out and touched the smooth lacquered surface of the beautiful black baby grand piano. The cool kiss of the ivory keys on her fingertips helped her to focus. The crowd seemed to disappear. Charlotte played inspirationally that evening. Mozart, Beethoven, until abruptly the music stopped. Charlotte had collapsed onto the marble floor. Her father cried, "Charlotte, call the doctor!" Ladies and gentlemen, no one could have predicted that Charlotte was about to lose everything. Her friends, her music, and her family. When Charlotte awoke the next day in her bedroom, she overheard her parents arguing. "We will tell everyone that Charlotte's gone to stay with relatives in a warmer climate, where she has a better chance of getting rid of this illness." Charlotte's face went hot with humiliation. She wasn't ill. She was not ill. She was pregnant. And before she knew it, she found herself on a train, headed somewhere she didn't even know. Only her father and the family doctor knew. Her parents' argument was still ringing through her mind, stinging in her heart. "Charlotte will stay at the home until the child is born, and then they will send her back to us. We will never speak of this again. I forbid it." Charlotte stared out that train window, drenched in tears, feeling totally alone. Fast forward 60 years to my last year of university. My great-grandfather asked a favor of me, and I could tell by the emotion in his voice that this was something really important to him. After all, he never asked anyone for anything. So, of course, I agreed that I would go to the apartment that he requested, and when I knocked on the door, I explained my mission to the emerald green eyes that peeked at me through that chained threshold. That day, for the first time, I met my great-aunt, Charlotte. Over many afternoons of tea and cookies, she shared her story with me. This story. She opened my heart and my understanding to the terrible price that so many young unwed girls paid for pregnancy in the 1930s and 40s. were set up to hide these young ladies until their babies were born. And then the girls were expected to go back home and carry on with their lives as if nothing had happened. The sin of unwed pregnancy that tore so many families apart. Charlotte told me of one friend that she had who had been drugged during delivery and was never even able to hold her newborn baby before that child was whisked away and sold to a proper family. Well, Charlotte ran away from the home and raised her son, David, on her own. David came to visit me recently. He brought me a letter that he had found in the piano bench when he was going through his mother's things after she had passed away. He brought me this letter, and it said, "Dearest Patti, it feels like a lifetime ago that I was reunited with Father and Mother with your help. It warms my heart to think that Father and I shared similar views after all on what was truly important, and that he no longer entertained the fleeting values set by society. I wish to leave you a gift to remember me by, a promise ring, given me by my true love when I was 15 years old. Sadly, he never returned from war. If ever you find yourself in a difficult situation, my dear, and you will, set pride aside. Believe in yourself. Have the courage to act on your instincts and embrace the gift of family. Much love, and proud to be your great aunt, Charlotte."